Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the TV room. David Bradley here. I'm your host. So, what I'm looking for right now is another working Commodore 64 that would have an 8701 chip in it. And I think this is a good bet. It's a 64C in the funky white case kind of thing, but it is not. I'm going to turn this off because I might drop a screw here. Hello. I didn't drop a screw. Oh yeah, these cases are dandy, but you gotta give them a little tweak at the corners here, or just along the side to get them off. And that can actually cause damage to the case, so you must be gentle. There you go, there's little fingers there. Oh, good. Screws. But it does look like it does have the great potential to be what I need. But, of course, you know what? Before I go to all of that, I should plug this in and make sure that even though that it says that it's working, that it really is working. Because otherwise, what's the point? Okay, it's working. And it looks like it would be a good thing to be able to do that chip. So, thankfully, to get the keyboard out is only 2 little wee screws. And I think I can do this. Ah! I hate losing screws. I hate losing screws. Okay. Didn't lose it. I think I can do this without taking off the shield. Is there another screw? No, there is no other screw. Oh, no, I can't. Oh, golly. Or can I? Oh, yeah. Oh, no. No. Uh, it's got the torque screws in it. Torque screws are beautiful things. Beautiful things. Magical, beautiful things. But I don't use them often, and therefore I sometimes don't have the Torx screwdriver close at hand because it doesn't get used much, and that does not fit. Oh, God. Why? 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 Well, I guess I will look in here, because it is possible that in here might be the screwdriver. There's also a bunch of chips in here. I suppose it is possible that I could potentially find a working 8701 chip that I could use. to test things with. An empty bag. I'm not seeing the screwdriver, but I did think that I did recently see. What is this? RAM. I did think in here. What is this? Oh, good 8701. Yeah. Okay. Change of plans. Turn this off. I need to be better organized. Okay. Keyboard. Why aren't you just slip sliding in there? Okay. The keyboard is in. And the tiny screws can go back in to keep it secure. I kind of thought that if a machine had torque screws, and I understand why they do that, it makes it harder for people to get into the machine because not everybody has a torque screwdriver, even though they are now, or they were, very common for headlights in cars. Alright, I think that's all I took out of there, except for one screw. Oh, I just had the screw. There we go. One screw. So we'll put this in. We shall carefully set it back down so it doesn't fall. And now, you know what? I might turn this whole thing off again. Come on, there we go. Because what I need to do now is populate this entire board with the chips from the other machine, and then swap out the 8701. Now this should not take long. Oh, look at the pins. Just a little bit, it's funny, just a little bit of a bend can cause trouble. And these pins on these ones, which are more shiny and gold looking, although I'm sure they're not gold, can break easier, I found, than some of the others. So the witness mark has been honored. Now we're going to put in the 6510 with great care. We'll put in the first ROM chip. We'll put in, keep the witness mark, keep the witness mark. The second ROM chip. Come on, you. The third ROM chip. Good. The 6526 chips in the same configuration that they came out of the other machine. They're in. That's one. That's two. Now, here is where things get tricky. We do need to steal the PLA from this machine. But once again, this is where they're in different positions. So even though I've taken it from the position close to the serial port, it doesn't go back in there. It goes down next to the video chip. And it's in. So at this moment, see, I haven't put the SID chip in, but it doesn't matter. It should. If this machine was going to come to life, and I would be shocked if it did, because it shouldn't, because it wouldn't. But then again, stranger things have happened. All right, we'll hit this again. Ooh, first, smackaroonie. So, everything is swapped, everything is fine, everything is in the right configuration, and it still should do nothing. And we'll be able to tell by that monitor over there. Yeah, it's like it's just a little blip, and it's going to get no video over here, which is why I am suspicious of the 8701, because it is some sort of thing, something to do with the support chip for the video. Oh, wait a second. Oh no. This one says 7701. This is definitely 7801 or 8701. Oh, darn it. But that's, I don't know. You know what, maybe. Will I be brave and foolish? You know what I'd really like to see is if that thing here, it's funny, sometimes the little chips are harder to get out. I'd always make sure you get under the chip and not, oh my golly, and not under the socket. Because that can cause no end of trouble, as this one is doing to me now. It doesn't want to come. All right, I'm going to unplug it. I'm going to pick it up so I can get a better look and try to get under. Okay. The 7701 is coming out. This, I'm going to put it over there. And then I'm going to ponder, should I put this one in? Well, you know what? I'm going to. Because most than anything, I want to see, does the flash on that monitor look different? It does. Okay, and we are getting a video something. Okay. See, I think the 8701. Oh, come on. Don't be under the socket. Why? So, I'm still not there. Why? These things can be difficult. Okay. 8701 coming out. Now, hopefully that didn't hurt it. Now, just in case, just reseating this has helped the situation, which I don't believe for a second. I'll put this back in. Turn on, no, it's the same nothing. The screen is doing nothing. It's just like a little blip of nothing. So I am pretty sure that based on those things, those little experiments, hopefully I've not hurt the 8701. But now I need to go. Oh my golly. I gotta get this chip out of here. Well, I don't have to, but I want to. Come on. Okay. 8701. Suspected bad. I'll put it with the PLA. I shall. Now, I guess in order to prevent me from losing anything, I might as well put the SID chip in here. I might as well. I think I might as well. Okay. Oh yeah, I know. This is not a good one to check. Ay. I am the Frito Bandito. Okay. So I'm thinking I need to go find another 7701 chip. And I think I know where one is, but then of course I have to find a torque screwdriver. And can I find a torque screwdriver? Well, I should be able to. But I'm not sure where. So this is probably a good place to stop and say we'll see you again later as we attempt to resolve this strange Commodore 64. Indeedy. Anyway, David Bradley in the TV room. I am your host. Signing off for now. We'll see you again soon. Have a lovely, 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 lovely day. Bye.